Why do I have to hit things? Why can't I just be smooth and tickle it?
No, you gotta like punch it. Come on, this is light speed.
Wrong.
Where you know, like this is like, you know what? Doing a podcast ain't like dusting crops, boy.
Who says I dust crops? Maybe I pick cherries. Maybe I want to better my situation.
You know what? I don't even think Luke dusted crops. He was a moisture farmer. Where the fuck did Han come up with dusting crops?
Han said and thinks a lot of things. It's Han.
Luke was growing water, for fuck's sake, on a desert planet. Who the fuck dusts crops on a desert? It's all dust. Actually, how did he come up with that?
Because when Luke was doing that, Han was busy smoking space grass when he was a teen, so he doesn't know hardware. He just makes up stories and goes about his way to steal from people to make a living. Fuck.
It's true. It's true, but still, you know, like what? You know, like maybe that's why Luke was just like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dusting crops? I don't know what the fuck that means. I grow water. I literally grow. I worked on a moisture farm until, you know, my aunt and uncle got burned to death. The fuck are you talking about? Dusting crops? Who dusts crops?
How do you burn to death on a moisture farm?
Well,
America.
Because stormtroopers set you on fire. Stormtroopers set you on fire, Tatooine.
There should be like a moisture shield around your farm, though, like a bubble.
Well, I think that's basically what it was. I don't know. How do you breathe on it?
Well, that really worked out fucking great, didn't it? If there was one.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
You know what worked out great?
What did?
That we're finally back. Sorry.
Oh, we're back.
2 months and we are back. So, you know, let's cut the bullshit. Real life happens, but we are back. Just working hard, real life, you know, hectic stuff. But yes, it's good to be doing this again. And in episode 40, goddamn 8. Welcome back, my friend. So good to have you back. Before we get down to business.
Glad to be here.
Hell yeah.
Yo, keep talking. I'm sorry, I wasn't.
No, I was just gonna say, where can everyone catch you and what you do on social media and all that goodness?
Well, I don't do much on social media these days, guys, but I'm trying to get back into it. You can actually catch us, everything that Travis does, at Hibiki TMD, at Twitter. You can also check us out on our channel. Of course, the reset button runs on Hibiki TMD. That's YouTube. The Hibiki TMD. I'm so sorry, Travis. You can also find me on Twitter at Tannen's Bomb. As well as someday, yeah. I'm working on that. You know, I'm going to get an app. I got a new phone, folks, and it's a really good feeling to have I'm finally in the modern times of last year's model. So it's like buying a car from last year when you get a good deal on it. And also, as I said, you can always check me out on Facebook. I'm not that hard to find, folks. Really. But you know what the big mystery is, Travis? I'm gonna let them try to find me. You know, how many Tannens are in Maryland?
They're probably too busy looking at a picture of me photoshopping you and Where's Waldo now at this point and zoned you out to answer your question.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. You know, like where could I be? You know, like yeah, that's it. Like, and I hope I'm doing something weird as Waldo, or I'm in a weird situation. But anyway, that's everything that you can check us out. Make sure you check out the other shows other great shows that are showed on Hibiki TMD. Travis works real hard to provide the utmost entertainment for a lot of you, and I mean, this is international.
I bust my ass to provide for you and your mother, and you don't care. No, thank you, man. That was my cue. Deep breath. Never drew a dime. The reset button. Slam Pigs Union Smack. Slam Pigs Podcast. Sunset Strip. So much goodness. Hit that subscribe right down below. But all the best retro gaming and pro wrestling goodness. But we are back. So much to catch up on. So much has went down. So many new games, systems, consoles. Yes, let's kick it off. Pop the cherry on the Tannen this week. Somebody got themselves a Switch to play catch up with you. Finally got my hands on one, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm probably more honestly than the Wii U for obvious reasons. It's an amazing little system so far. Don't have many games, but the games I do have, like Breath of the Wild, I love it. New Super Mario Brothers U. Didn't actually get a chance to play that on the Wii U, so that was like a first time for me. I'm having fun with that. And Splatoon 2. So and I love the NES. I know people at first were salty on that. Like, why can't we just be able to purchase them? I feel like I got the year pass for $20, Tannen. That NES collection, even though it's growing every couple weeks and it's got a long way to go, for what they offer for $20 a year, you can't beat it. You know what I mean?
Dude, the $20 alone to be able to play online, you can't beat it. It's really funny. Karen's actually paying we off, so we're or no we a switch off. So we're both gonna have switches here after a while. And she was talking like she was just like, how am I gonna play online with you and everything? And I was just like, just drop $20 for a year. Like, I mean, you can't beat that, and especially the shit that it comes with. The Nintendo, the NES alone with it. I really hope that that price tag sticks with it. I don't want them to end up gouging it or anything, and I kind of doubt that Nintendo would. I really think that this is their way of saying like, hey, this is what it is. Now, I mean, the whole chat system still is kind of funky, but what better sometimes than it's like you could have a couch co-op situation with your significant other or friend. If they have a Switch and you have a Switch, you can do the link play and everything. And Grant, yeah, I know DS, has had that for a while, but it's just something still great to be able to sit beside each other and actually play Mario Kart on your own separate screens. You're not split
Yeah,
screening anymore. That's
exactly.
that in itself is awesome. I can't see what my competitive driver is actually doing. I really think that like you and I don't know if you've got Doom yet,
I have not,
but
but I've heard really
well,
good
there's
things.
yeah, and I mean, there's co-op mode. There's the multiplayer on that's fucking awesome, in my opinion. A lot of
That was
people
one of
still,
your award winners last episode for the
yeah, it was, and but to be able to count like, like you and I could go even one on one, and we would not see what the other person's doing. We have our own screens, we have our own shit going on.
yeah.
And to me, that's just that's just fucking great. Especially with a game that graphically just awesome. The game is so badass, and it's badass on the Switch, just as badass as it is on the PS4, in my opinion. Um, it's just very well worth it. The Switch just has so many great things to offer, and they can only build upon what they've created. With that. Um, you mentioned Super Mario Brothers Wii Deluxe.
Yeah,
Wii Deluxe, Travis.
yeah.
When I had talked to you, you said it was kind of a waste of money, though, initially. Not to bring it up what we talked about
I don't feel
privately,
like
but
it's worth. It also includes New Super Luigi U, but that's pretty much the same game too for the most part. I mean,
yeah, yeah, no, I mean, I got those in a package deal for the Wii U
right.
on the
Okay.
same day.
I feel like 40 would be. I feel like 60. There's some extra content, but it's really only like you can be, Nabbit now or blah 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 or Toadette, just not huge
Yeah,
features, not worthy of the price tag. And that's another thing we'll get into later with another certain game that was announced isn't worthy of what it's going to be asking for. But no, it's good. It's good, but it's definitely not worth 60. But it
yeah.
came packed with my Switch, so it's not like I went out and paid 6. So I wasn't too bummed out about it.
I mean, I am going to admit, at the end of the day, especially here of late, the Switch has gotten more play out of me than what my Xbox One and PS4 has, and that says a lot. Especially with the new titles that I've picked up for the PS4. Uh, it does. It's just I don't know right now, and like I was talking to Travis off air. A lot of people are going to laugh. I was playing. I've been playing, and I'm going to go ahead and just beat it. But I'm playing LA Noir every night at the end of the night, and I usually like to read at the end of the night when I lay down in bed. But here of late, I've been putting on a pair of headphones, and I've been playing LA Noir on this handheld system. Now, I will say, like, it's still just as glitchy as it was on the PS3 if you drive too fast. The scenery has to catch up with itself. Sometimes I'm driving into an oblivion until I stop and then let the world rebuild itself, literally in front of my eyes. Um, However, though, the fact that a game that is that powerful in my hands, sitting like laying back in the bed, playing it as if I'm reading a crime novel, but I'm interacting with it. It's still to me like blows my mind when I think about the fact that when LA Noir came out, I want to say it was like 5 years ago, and graphically it blew my mind with just especially the way they did facial capture and everything. It was one of the first games you ever saw something like that. And now to have it on this little handheld for me, and then years later to be able to play it, replay through the game, and I'm still getting questions wrong and everything. And there are things to gimmicky things that they threw out with that game, like as far as like doing it in switch mode. I realized at one point, like I was like, I'm not aiming right or I'm not looking around right. Well, that's because like you can actually. They have a motion thing where you can move the switch around, and that's how you do your point of view. Did not work with me, especially laying down.
It's just nice to
Well,
finally be able to go poop with it.
yeah,
Let's be
with it.
honest.
And there's other games on it. Like I have Stick of Truth for it. That game runs flawlessly. In fact, if not even better than when I originally played it on the PS3. I've really enjoyed Stick of Truth on it. There's just little things, little things. All the indie titles that have come out for the Switch um, have sometimes been mind blowing for what I've gotten for with the price I've paid.
I've been playing the
Um,
shit out of all the pinball games available in the eShop that they have for download. Just to have that on the go is pretty awesome too. Like they have like the Williams tables and the Stern tables. It's pretty sweet.
yeah, but sometimes like you can check out like a really great full scale survivor horror game or whatever for $3. And the only reason it dropped is because they're not making enough money off of it. Well, yeah, if you want to be a cheap ass gamer about it, there's just a lot going for it now, especially with the eShop that are $10 and under. That yeah, you do have to nitpick through the bullshit. There's a lot of
Yeah.
shitty games on there
And
too.
that's any I
But
feel
I
game
mean, if you
store.
just yeah,
Yeah.
that's any system. But I mean, like with Nintendo though, especially $10 and under, if you like Google any kind of reviews or anything, you will find yourself a good one. Like Lifeless Planet, like
Dude,
I
if
picked that up
anything,
for a
$10 and under, I feel like you can't bitch at that point. Like it was worth the risk. Unless you're an idiot, you don't know how to balance your finances,
yeah.
so you're
But
putting your
but
rent on the line.
I am a firm believer in researching before you purchase. You
Yeah.
know, and now granted, if it has a demo and you can already try it and it sucks, yeah, and then you go ahead and buy it. That's your own fucking fault.
You know, one
But
game
like,
on there I saw, Tannen, that I really I do want to pick up is that Horizon game that looks like Outrun Remastered, the old school arcade racing game. That looks cool to have on the go. And I know that's on other consoles,
yeah,
but just to have that on the go
that,
looks really fun.
that game does look pretty cool.
And it's only $20. I feel like, and there's a lot of meat to it. Shout out to Jim from Drink Beer Play Game. He just reviewed that. It looks
Oh, cool.
pretty worth it.
You know what? It was funny. I was listening to a past episode actually, and I was wondering about Jim. I was going to ask about because I haven't been on Twitter or anything. I haven't privately messaged anybody on Twitter. So he was one of the ones that I was actually really curious about, and how his well being was. So Jim, shout out to you.
We have to have him on sometime. He's up there in Philly. We've kind of made plans to meet up someday and hang out with him and his co-host and stuff, Brian. So that'd be awesome. They're great guys. Check them out over there if you haven't. Drink a beer, play a game on YouTube. Let's get back to this. Speaking of the Switch, games you'd like to see. One more real quick, Cuphead. I'd love to see that make its way. But that's kind of a segue into this. The major rumor that Xbox Game Pass, Tannen, could make its way onto the Switch is just like like what? Like another worldly type kind of thing that we wouldn't see coming, I guess, but it makes sense in a way.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, they would definitely. Xbox One Pass has Xbox One exclusives on it. Are there going to be limitations? Like, can I get fucking Forza? Or do I have to, like, is it a remote play thing? Like, do I have to have a remote play set up on my Xbox to be able to play something like Forza? You know what I mean? Like that. There's a lot of things that I'm like suspicious of with this movie. Something like Cuphead would definitely run so well on the Switch. I mean, there's no questions asked about that. Especially like any 360 game, I know the Switch can handle. But as far as if you think about the peripherals of bigger games that they have on there, like, okay, I know it's a shitty game. A lot of people hate it because all it was an action game. But Son of Rome, that game, I I really don't see. I do, and I don't see the Switch being able to handle that very well. The game was actually extremely detailed. It was kind of the Xbox's answer, in my opinion, to PS4's Order 1886 or 87 or 1888, whatever the hell year it was. Um, as far as like it being exclusive that had been released for that. The game does look great though, however, and kind of plays exactly like how the ladder that I mentioned did play. And just like I wouldn't be able. I couldn't see like the order. I couldn't see the Switch being able to handle that. The order looked beautiful. So did Son of Rome.
Well,
But
I'm looking it up now. I just literally, Tannen, it's confirmed that it won't be the full Game Pass service. There'll be a lot of missing titles. I want to give credit real quick to the writer of this because I don't want to take credit for anybody. His name's Derek Strickland at tweaktown.com. Wrote this article real quick, just like one line out of it. Game Pass on Switch would be kind of a light consolidated version with lots of missing games. I expect if it comes to Switch, Game Pass will be a multi-console service. So any active subscription can play download games on multiple platforms. So it's a cross-play type thing. And that's the reason they have the missing games, and hopefully the players will jump to PCs or buy an Xbox One potentially and leave the Switch ecosystem. I mean, that's great wishful fucking thinking, but you can't take your PC on the go like a Switch if you can play the same fucking game and you already have it. Why would they?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
you
the
can.
other side of this. It makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, yeah, you can't. No, but it's just like I said. Like the Switch is a powerful system. Don't get me wrong, especially after you like expand its memory,
It's
which you
underrated.
have
The
to
load
for
times on higher graphical games is dog shit, but I feel like it does have the meat and it is underrated as far as its capabilities. I do agree.
yeah. But I will argue that the load times though in handheld mode are fucking awesome
It depends
because
on the game, I feel like. It really
yeah, I don't know,
it's touchy.
like fucking Skyrim. Skyrim runs great in handheld mode. It doesn't look as good. It reminds me kind of in a way where I'm going to compare this. Remember Dante's Inferno on the PS3?
Yes. I didn't
Okay,
see the handheld version.
same exact game, cutscenes and everything were ported to the PSP. There is a PSP version of that game.
Yeah. I
It is
just never
like
I never played
that
it.
port. Yeah, in a way, it's just like that port. They just dumbed down graphics a little bit and the explosions and stuff, but same plot, same gameplay, and it runs just as awesome. I mean, it's just as much fun in my opinion. I liked Dante's Inferno on both platforms.
I'll say this.
Um,
Every game I have for the Switch runs fucking flawlessly handheld. Breath of the Wild, flawlessly. And I can't even hate on the load times of Breath of the Wild. For as big as that game is, it's non existent pretty much. Just a little
it's
bit.
amazing that they fit it into that small of a package.
Exactly.
I will,
Exactly.
I will argue though, and remember, like I am a Wii U. I still like that game better on the Wii U, even docked.
Why do you say that?
I feel like at the end of the day, I'm sorry, I started eating during this and got a little hungry there for a second, folks.
We're the
Um,
most professional people on the internet. They expect.
ever, ever professional. I mean, tell you what, man, this pepperoni's awesome. Anyway, though, I feel like at the end of the day, Breath of the Wild was actually designed for the Wii U. And in my opinion, and what I found in both versions, I own both versions, the Wii U actually does play more flawlessly. Graphically, they did up it a little bit for the Switch. Okay. On the Wii U, it does run at 720p,
Yeah.
even on a big screen and everything. However, on the Switch, it jumps up to 1080. That doesn't matter a fuck of a matter to me. At the end of the day, I really feel like lending you my version and letting you sit down and play that version with the Wii U.
Well, I want to beat my version first, and then I'll play your version.
Yeah, but just listen to me. Yeah, like on the big screen, it might look a little better, but handheld, it looks like the Wii U version to me anyway. However, though, at the end of the day, I do truly feel like, especially with the puzzles and everything, and using the screen controller for the Wii U and stuff, that game was originally designed to be on the Wii U.
I could definitely see it for those motion. We were talking about it off air too. Those motion parts on runes that are like mazes, what I fucking hate. Those,
Yeah,
yeah, because you wouldn't have to worry. Oh, I have to use the controller or the Switch, the screen itself, which is better. No, you just use the Wii U things. I could see that.
yeah. Well, no, and I mean sometimes though, no, when you get into a dungeon, you have like the ball going through the maze. You realize to stand up out of your chair, hold the Wii U tablet flat and guide it through, but you're looking at the big screen and it just. But I'm just saying, and also just in general gameplay, I just feel like the Wii U is smoother. It was designed for the Wii U. They were designing it for the Wii U, and then last minute they were like, "We're gonna fucking put this on this
I
new
want
system."
I want that to get out there. I want people to put your comments down below. Hit us up on Twitter. I gotta clip this at least. Get your everyone's thoughts on your opinion on that because I never hear that. And you actually have damn good valid points. I do.
And this is just coming from somebody that owns both versions. I really feel like at the end of the day, the Wii U version is in its way superior just because it feels more fitting for what the game is. I'm not arguing that, oh, yeah, the resolution is better, like, when you dock the Switch. It is better. It is better. But that's not what makes the game. It's how the game plays, is what I'm looking at. And the game plays better on the Wii U.
It doesn't really matter. Like people that get that nitpicky about it. It's not a real fast-paced game. It's more,
It's not. No.
you
No,
know,
it's not. And just like look at Skyrim. I mean, like when you undock Skyrim, like
that
and
can be though.
I played Skyrim on the PS3, and and now I'm playing it on the Switch. I'm replaying it just because it's handheld, just because I can just go into my own little world as if it's a fucking book in my hands, and I can make different choices. That's what I love about those games is, Fallout and all those. I could just take a different path, be a different person, be a different whole, asshole if I want to be, or a nice person if I want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or walk in a completely different direction. Same goes for Breath of the Wild, though. Like once you get your fucking shit and you go off that cliff, like that's it. It's open world. It ain't nowhere up or down. Like that. You just have that fucking anywhere you want to go direction after you get through what I like to call the tutorial. Because let's face it, that has a tutorial part, and then once you get the hang glider and you go off the cliff, that's
Yeah. And it's such a big game that like your tutorial is like pretty much a whole game in another gen, you know.
yeah.
Um, but
But
we'll segue. We'll keep it going with Zelda, but the Games Pass thing that to tie the bow on that, it's going to be very interesting. This is again a heavy rumor. Nothing has been announced, but a lot of people are speculating this is going to happen. We'll see. We'll definitely.
mm,
Speaking of lots of things happening, the other half, when we come back from breaking a little bit, is going to be dedicated mainly to all the directs that went down, our thoughts on that. But we do have at the end of the show a special best drunk games you've been playing. You can play drunk for the month of March. I'm stumbling all over the place.
and not for the month of March on St. Patrick's Day.
Before we get to that, though, let's talk about.
Don't get drunk during the month of March, folks. It's not all about that.
Make sure you got a buddy
Sorry.
system at least to get your way out.
Just for March 17th, it's on a Sunday, folks. Go to church, say hello if you're religious or whatever to whatever you are. Go home, get drunk with a pal, and
With your
play the games.
homies.
But don't get drunk for the month of March. That's unhealthy. Only I get drunk for the month of March. No, I'm just kidding.
Link's Awakening remaster. What? That's amazing. My dude, I gotta be honest. A lot of flack for this. I love a lot of Zelda games. This may be my favorite game in the whole series. You know why? The fucking feather. You could finally really jump in a Zelda game. It was a big
Uh,
deal for me at the time.
well, we also had Worlds Collide in this one. If you think about it, we had Goombas show up, Chomps. We had a lot of Mario characters show up
Yeah.
in this little gem of a Zelda game.
It was
Um,
this was inevitable to happen. I just didn't see it happening anytime soon. But like we were talking off air again, this caught me off guard and it caught you off guard too, this announcement. But I like the graphical style they're choosing to take with this. I like the look. I know people are shitting on the look of Link. I like it. It's like a nice 1940s Disney Link with the eyes, and I don't know. It's fine.
it's how I don't know. I would have taken the 4-bit Link and transversed it over to the new. I never in this one. I never. It was just funny. Like if you ever played the Game Boy version as a kid, and you use your imagination and the way the world was, you never really necessarily pictured him as looking like the Link from A Link to the Past.
Never
Uh,
really even pictured the original game in my head as like looking more It just feels like it would be more cartoony. I couldn't see this in like a Twilight Princess or a Breath of the Wild graphical thing. I kind of prefer it to stay this way.
Yeah, no, it's more of it is more of a Wind Waker kind of a feel to it. Always
Yeah.
did have a feel to it like
And not
that.
because of the water guys and the fucking island.
Yeah. Don't start getting on our asses about it being on an island. But what I'm saying is like, yeah, no, you know, it was a very quirky Zelda adventure, and there was even like kind of like an Earthbound feel to it sometimes.
And you know
Um,
the fucking best part about it, Tannen? It was on a Game Boy, and they pulled this
yeah,
off in '93. What they did.
and it was just so it was well, I mean, well, because at the time you had A Link to the Past on Super Nintendo,
Yeah, that
and
was
that
the
was
pinnacle at the time.
yeah, that was the pinnacle at the time, and that was '92.
Mhm.
So '93 was just like, what are we gonna do for a Zelda game for the Game Boy? And just like how Mario Land went down. Remember, Mario Land was nothing like the first one. You were in a submarine shooting
Mario
shit.
Land didn't start off strong for me. The first one was okay. The other two were tremendous, but the first one is hard to make.
I'm just saying that for Game Boy
I
was
know.
like
Yeah,
its own.
yeah, yeah.
When you took a character over from your console, you had to get creative, especially with a black and white 4-bit. What you were doing with it,
We've done it on
and
this show, Tanner. Remember, like last year, we reviewed like Mega Man on Game Boy, and we were like, you know what? It kind of sucks, but for a Game Boy and what they tried, it's not that bad.
yeah, exactly. You just had to put yourself in there. But okay, I will say that like Super Mario Land 2 is one of the best Game Boy games ever fucking made.
It, hands down, can't argue.
Yeah, hands down. 3 is pretty good too. Actually, 3 is pretty awesome because you have the dash move. They gave Wario moves, but that's not really a Mario game in my opinion. That's when Wario like
Yeah,
finally got the spotlight. You know what I mean? They still call it Super Mario Land 3. I don't call it that. I call it Wario Land because that's
yeah,
exactly what the fuck it is.
yep.
They just slammed the upper title on it to sell it.
But it makes sense. Yeah, but it makes sense why they did it.
Yeah.
Brand new character, but well, not brand new. He
But as
was
far as if you're looking for the two golden boys out of Nintendo's fucking, it's always Zelda and Mario. Or not Zelda, sorry. Oh my God, Link and Mario. But
Link and
titles
Mario,
though,
fucking Riggs and Murtaugh.
yeah.
Link and
But
Mario.
it's heroes. But Zelda games and Mario games are their flagships. Those are the two major ones. There's no argument about that. I mean, yeah, I love Metroid, and I love, Kirby, and I love all of those characters and everything, but
Comes down to
Zelda,
being a
you know,
household name,
heads of it. Yeah,
basically.
they're the ones that, like, hey, we got a cartoon series, like even their Zelda's cartoon series really blew. Like,
Yeah, it was awful.
don't even maybe mention how in the first episode Ganon like tries to do a boxing lesson. If you can YouTube that and edit it in, that would be awesome.
No, you imbeciles! Get them like this!
Well, excuse me, Tannen.
Yeah.
Um, no,
But I
dude,
mean,
this looks tremendous.
well,
Link's Awakening to bring
yeah,
it back.
well, what I'm saying though is with the original Link's Awakening, though, that was such an important step in it. Is how are we going to make this interesting? How are we going to make this new, but not have the limitations that the NES console had, and not make it like Link's Awakening?
They're doing it the right way. They're trying to please the purists, like
Yeah.
us. They're
Yeah,
trying
well,
to draw in a new audience. They're doing it what
sorry.
Nintendo I feel like does better than any other developer.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going off on a tangent on the original, but what I'm saying is they took that original then, and they have developed it into a what do you call it? A semi 3D. Uh, just the way that it is. It's
Yeah,
not necessarily top down, but it still is. It's not necessarily like it was even for Phantom Hourglass.
yeah. It's like a
It's,
weird hybrid style, like weird
yeah,
kind of isometric, kind of 3D, kind of everything in a way.
it looks beautiful.
It does.
It kind of looks like what they did with Link Between Worlds. But they even made it. They like improved upon that idea and brought it to Link's Awakening. And I don't know. I can't wait for it. I am just balls to the wall happy about it.
Now we got our balls sticking to the walls. With all that said, the elephant in the room. want to address it. I talked about it on Twitter this week. I actually asked the listeners and everyone on Twitter a question. Do you guys think this is worth $60? Tannen, real quick, when other remakes, especially the Metroid 2 remake on 3DS was 40, and it does do you honestly think it's worth 60? Or are you going to pay 60 for it?
I'll make a compromise. I would go $49.99. I would go 50.
Why $10?
Why a $10 difference? Because it's just that it's the principle of the thing. I'm a con. I'm
I
a
can't argue
con.
that. I can't argue.
But
Fuck
no,
it.
this is another remake. You're right. No, you're right. And I've got a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night. No, I'm just kidding. I get a feeling though that
Fluffy me.
also that the Metroid 2 remake, which we talked about this off air, I'm sure that's going to get its Switch treatment. Where like on the 3DS, it's kind of polygon looking. I bet you we get a polished version of that for the Switch.
I'm hesitant to even talk about it. I feel like every time I even say the word Metroid, I jinx it for that gen, and we don't even get anything. We get some fucking yeah. I hope that'd be cool. I hope we just get a new Metroid for the Switch.
Well, no, they've already teased Prime 4, but I don't want a fourth Prime. I want the
Yeah,
Metroid 2 remake. I want
we
it
want
polished,
our old school baby kind of Metroid.
and I want it on the Switch, and I want it polished. That's all I want.
We want it now, Nintendo.
I really feel like release it for the 3DS. We'll make some money off that. That's going to be our half-assed version of it. That's the polygon version. That's a setup. Then we're going to polish it. Then we're going to put it out on the Switch. And they're still probably going to charge $60 because we'll be so excited about it that we'll pay $60 for it. Am I going to jump and buy Link's Awakening for $60? I would buy it for $60 if it came in a nice huge package with a full-on map poster
And a T-shirt.
just original soundtrack CD, a T-shirt, and a miniature figure to which I can display, which also is an amiibo. I will pay $60 for it, but I need all that wrapped in a package.
Knowing them, that haul right there would probably be like $300. Well, everything you just listed. Knowing Nintendo and their
Yeah, and
keeps.
fuck them. You know what then? If you're not gonna throw all that in your $60 package, I'll save my $10. Keep your T-shirt because that's maybe your map poster there might sell me for $10. Fucking maps. I love map posters. I am a map poster fucking fiend, man. Like you should see, I got a box of map posters. It's fucking amazing, and it's
I'm
funny. Like I opened up the box not too long ago, and like Karen started to full
well,
touch my map posters. These will not see like the real like treasures. Like there's this is a map to the. It's going to get you $1 million off the coast of fucking Cuba. 2,000 miles. There's an island 5 paces this way. Like no, like there's $1 billion buried down there.
I will probably
And
pay $60 because I'm a sucker.
you will pay 60. I know. I'm $50 on this one,
You've
man.
already
50,
you've
50
already
bucks.
traveled to Cuba. You've retired. You said fuck capitalism. You went off, and I'm just here like giving my money and I'm playing Zelda on my
Okay, and I know. Let me
Cuba.
just now, like you. No. If they're okay, with the amiibo and stuff, I pay $70 for that. I will change my tune. $70, but $50 for the digital download for me to be lazy. $60 for me to go get the card. And it better have a fucking map in it and a
Speak.
full reprint of the original manual, which I already own. I have that manual because I got Link's Awakening off eBay a few years ago for $10. I won the bid, and it came with manual and little case. Did not have the box though.
Well,
And that's the one that
I'm excited. You're excited. I forget the release date on this. Is this holiday or is this
I thought it was like March or something.
coming? It's coming soon. What else is coming
It's
soon?
it's coming one day. We're gonna put it out there. You know what else is coming soon? Final Fantasy VII remake. No, I know.
Ugh.
Nintendo ain't fucking with us like that.
Never-ending fucking Groundhog Day movie talking about that. You know what else is coming soon is April 16th, 2019. You know what that date means, Tannen?
No.
Reggie Fils-Aimé from Nintendo is retiring.
Oh, yeah, and
David
Bowser's
Bowser.
taking over.
David Bowser's taking over.
Sorry, I really think he announces it like that. I hope he has a deep voice and he can like really like, or he shows up in a Bowser costume, just jumps in there.
He doesn't look like he has a deep voice from his picture. I'm just saying
No, yeah,
he
he
kind of looks
doesn't.
like a hey guys kind of guy.
Would it be funny if you met him though and he was like, "Hey Travis, how you doing?"
I'd be like, hey, how's it going? Oh, hey, not bad. You? No, pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck we're at right now, but either way, what do you think about this? This
show, you thought I would be more of a hey guys, how you doing? Oh, I'm a deep voice man. You know,
is like a
I
mixture of Bowser and Arthur Morgan. The fuck? What do you think about this? This totally came out of nowhere. I didn't even hear any rumors. Maybe I'm out of the loop, but what do you think, Tannen?
don't know, man. You know, Reggie's like what? How old is he now? He's in his 50s.
Yeah,
You know, he's been
it's
handling it for a
okay.
long time. It's just, I would say, like, yeah, I'm ready to take my severance and go if I were him.
Made his money.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I don't think Nintendo is necessarily asking for him to go. But who knows? Like, you know, like to be as innovative and marketing, you know, the way you have to market stuff, it's got to be tiring. It definitely is more than a full time job. You know, you eat, sleep, fucking like dream Nintendo. You know, and ways to invent it, to market it, to you know, and not only market it but watch numbers and be scared. You know, like, he went through the Wii U era. Okay, like that. You know, you remember when Obama became president? He had all black hair, and it was just like damn. And then when he
he was
left,
all
like
gray.
he had so much white hairs and
Yeah.
gray hairs and shit. It's like that looks stressed out. Remember when George W. Bush got elected president? And he like, you know, he looks pretty semi young, and then by the time he left, he fucking looked haggardy and old. Like, you know,
Remember
like
when we started this show like 2 years ago? Now we both, yeah, I know.
yeah, hey, wait, knocking on wood. No fucking gray hairs yet. But
Speak for yourself, Fireboy.
man, god damn it, that means I'm not. You're a little bit older than me, so fuck. Um,
Like a year.
yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, you know, like the stress of it gets to you, and you know, like I'm sure, like Nintendo was like, hey, you know, like, dude, you got this much of your pension. He's just like, you know, I put my kids through college, got my fucking wife. Tired of these gaming nerds hounding me all the fucking time. Fuck this, I'm done.
I'm tired of all these Japanese businessmen calling me at all fucking
Yeah,
hours. I can't understand them.
yeah, I can't understand. Hi, I'm your translator. And this guy sounds pissed though. Just hold on just a minute. You know, like he's just like fucking screaming at you like, God damn it.
Sorry, you're breaking up.
No, do not commit Horosaku, okay? We're gonna get with it. Why don't you
They're
just come over and get, you know, just a spa?
they're yelling at him because he still sucks at fucking Smash Brothers.
No, they're yelling at him because he's not a gamer, and he's not. But he admits though that he, dude, if you ever watched him play an '80s game, he could play a game from the '80s like a fucking like madman. Yeah, and that's the I used to make fun of him a lot because look at him with his modern shit, you know, like. But yet he, if you look at the videos, he could demo Wii bowling like a motherfucker, and he was the one that actually like I feel like he was the one that pumped that blood back into Nintendo. If you think about it, like he was the one that proved like, hey, anybody can play this system.
He had this is gonna sound weird. He had a good face. as your face of the company for Americans and Western audience. He had a good kind of. You first see the guy, and it's kind of like a teddy bear or something. Or
Yeah.
Row 6, that thing, fucking.
But like once he spoke and everything, he had good reasoning. You know what I mean? And then, like he was just definitely I mean he was still part of the whole. I mean, he's the reason why I got a VHS tape. I feel like he personally mailed me VHS tapes as a Nintendo Power member as a kid to make sure that I bought Donkey Kong Country for the SNES. Still have the VHS tape.
The Banjo Tooie VHS that I got in the mail still.
I still have the Jet Force Gemini one too, but the most important ones, the one that I can always remember is the Donkey Kong Country VHS tape that we. Oh no! We got a Star Fox one.
I got the Star Fox one, and I got the Ken Griffey Jr. 64 VHS tape.
No, I'm not talking about a Star Fox 64, dude. No, this was a Star Fox SNES demo, and we popped it in, and my dad went out and fucking bought Star Fox because of the VHS that Reggie sent out to us. I wonder how much that cost him to send us a VHS. But like when we put it in and it just looks so awesome on our TV, Dad was like, "Oh man, this is cool. We're gonna get it." And then I ended up being the only family member in my whole family that played that fucking game. So good job, Reggie. Like you made a kid's semi Star Wars dream come true by giving me a rail shooter that my dad was sold on so much that he bought that shit.
On the other end of the Reggie coin, a lot of bumblefuck decisions while in office, though. Like you said, man, the Wii U era, the marketability when that first came out was piss poor. They should have fired fucking everyone in their marketing department when that stuff dropped.
They just didn't do it right, and they also didn't get enough third-party developers. However, though, Travis, let's face it, we both love our Wii U's. Mine's still sitting up on the shelf.
That's true.
All I have to do is unplug the HDMI from my Switch dock, put it into the Wii U, and boom, I'm playing Wii U again.
The problem wasn't the consumers weren't happy with their purchase. The problem was not enough consumers knew about the product to make the purchase. That was the problem. I feel like every Wii U owner has at least 2 or 3 games that they love.
Still to this day, have customers coming into the pawn shop and looking at a Wii. We have Wii's for $30. And then we have a Wii U for $70. And saying, what's the difference? I describe the difference, and they still go with the Wii. Because you know what they know of? Sports. Do you have Wii Sports? You have Wii Sports with it? That's all I want for it, Wii Sports. I want bowling. I want bowling and I want golf. Or I want bowling and I want baseball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just want something for the grandkids to keep themselves occupied in the back room. You know, they beat each other. They smack the shit. There's no lamps or anything back there. We have a small TV mounted. They're going to just beat the shit out of each other. It's going to be great. We're going to ignore them. You know?
Yeah.
It's
It's worth also, I feel like the releases for the Wii U didn't have enough must-haves. There wasn't a Metroid, wasn't a Zelda. There wasn't a lot of things.
No, and that's what was. Well, no, there was a Metroid. There was a Metroid. We got Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii. On the Wii. Oh, you're talking about the Wii U. I'm so
Wii
sorry.
U. Wow, you're all the way back on the Wii?
Yeah. I'm still reflecting on the Wii and being like, well, no, sorry.
I played Prime 3 on my Wii U because you can use it as a Wii, if that counts.
Yeah, it was backwards compatible, but they weren't making that game anymore. So then it was like, hey, if you can't find it anywhere smartly, pay $50 for it.
You know how I found out about the Wii U being backwards compatible? I fucking bought one because they didn't even advertise that either. That would have been pretty big at the time.
No, they did, but they didn't. You're right that they didn't advertise it. It was just like subtly spoken.
A lot of things. You can't tell me a lot of things about the Wii U before you got.
I think
you discover so many things you didn't know the Wii U could do after you bought one. You're like, wow, I didn't know this.
Like that little pad thing, the little game pad, which does not go far enough from the system, in my opinion. That in itself has a Wii U, or not Wii U, but Wii sensor, but going just on the pad.
Yeah.
As if you're going on the go, but you can't go with it because you can only go within 20 feet of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, the Wii U definitely, like, it was a great system. And it was one of those systems that, like, what sold me on it? I'll never forget was Mario Maker. And that was how many years
Yeah.
after the system
That,
came out?
speaking
3
of,
years.
just announced at the
So,
latest Direct, Mario Maker 2 announced, Tannen.
yeah, which still no Super Mario Brothers 2 option. And I'm sorry, you need to get your Doki Doki Panic up in that Doki Doki shit. And also to add to it too, you should have some Mario Land shit going on with it. I don't know. You should just be able to make.
Miyamoto
You
designed
should
fucking
be able
Doki
to, like,
Doki Panic, right?
huh?
Miyamoto designed Doki Doki Panic, correct?
Yeah. Miyamoto?
Yeah. So what's the big deal?
I think so. I don't know. You got to check
If he did, what's the
check
big
credits
deal?
for
Why
that
not
one.
just
But,
make it happen? But
yeah, everything. Anyway, at the end of the day, though, we both have Switches. That's what we're talking about. We are getting really on to this Wii U thing here, and we're talking about Reggie's career. Like, dude, you did a great job. I hope he's not a villain. I hope he doesn't ruin it. At the end of the day, doesn't own Nintendo. Do you agree?
yeah, can't not agree. Reggie, I will say this, Reggie, it was a good
Yeah.
run. I'm sure you're a nice guy, but you fucking overcharged for so many games, you bastard, on the other side of the fence on that. So there you have it. Light and dark sides of me.
It's the retro people like up that market though too. They know what they have. When you have gold, you got gold, man, and sometimes gold goes down, sometimes gold goes up. Sometimes Nintendo games go down, sometimes they go up. But Reggie, though, definitely did create the market, the '90s market that we grew up in.
That's that.
So
Godspeed, Reggie
yep.
Fils-Aimé. He's not the
Enjoy your retirement.
He's not the only one on
Huh.
a little voyage. We are on a little voyage to our break. When we come back, it's our top 5 best games to play when you're drunk, right here on the reset button, Tannen, for the month of March.
For St. Patrick's Day. Best games to play when you're drunk with your friend on St. Patrick's Day. Travis keeps saying it's when you're drunk for the month of March. Don't get drunk for the month of March, kids. You'll live to die. Anyway, when we come back.
When we come back, right here, the reset button. I like it better the way I said it. Hibiki TMD on YouTube, retro gaming, pro wrestling, podcast, never drew a dime, Hibiki honors, Hibiki quickie, everything in between. Hit that subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. And hey, watch out for pedestrians, pal. You on the bike, slow down. Subscribe. Tannen. It is time. Your little Frankenstein.
It is.
You created this list this time in honor of St. Patrick's Day right around the corner. Top 5 best games to play drunk for the month of March, Tannen. You did it again.
No. St. Patrick's Day lands on a Sunday this day, and most of you have off work. So while you get to honor the patron saint of St. Patrick, who drove all the druids out of fucking Ireland, Protestant or Catholic, or even fundamentalist, everybody celebrates St. Patrick's Day. I don't even care if you're Jewish. You celebrate Saint fucking Paint. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. You celebrate St. Patrick.
Saint Paint.
Well, a lot of it, though, is stereotypically that we like to do. Irish people are associated with brawls. And that's why I like to give off my list, and you get to give off yours too. the best games to play drunk on St. Patrick's Day, especially with a friend.
Yeah, I was gonna say preferably with a buddy. It's what you do. Social drinking is probably a more positive thing than drinking alone. But that's another subject in itself. What's your top five, Tannen? You run down yours first.
My number one is Streets of Rage for the Sega Genesis.
Number one, as in
Oh,
first game, or that's your top answer?
not for bet, guys. Nothing's listed in rank here.
Just five. Okay, just
I'm
five
just-
games. No order. No order.
Yeah, so Streets of Rage. Hey, look, you're out there, you're punching people. You own a Sega Genesis. Guess what? Oh, you're gonna punch some more people. Get out of the streets. Don't punch people. Don't get drunk and be an asshole. Do it in a video game. Fatal Fury is also another one to contend with this one at the same time. But you have a lot of fun with your friend, Couch Co-op, and Final Fight. Streets of Rage, Fatal Fury, Final Fight. There you go. There's your three. Your three beat 'em ups on the streets. Clean their streets up on St. Patrick's Day, you fucks. Travis, what's your number one?
My number one game to play drunk is Mario Kart 64. Come on. Do I even have to explain why? It sells itself, Tannen. And pretty much
Well, I'm gonna give it
any racing game, pretty much. But that's probably
Mario Kart. Mario Kart on the Switch is also a good one to have. He's got a good suggestion. Thing about the Switch, if you have people over your house that are too hungover to go home, but you also have the Pro Controller as well as the Joy-Con and two extra cons, you can get up to 4 people in on this little screen jam.
Yep.
My single player adaptation would be the Saboteur. For the first time in the sandbox form of video games, you get to be an Irish spy, fighting for the French people and fighting against Nazis. It's a really good brawler. And also, you can go in Indiana Jones style, or you can just, shoot everybody up. The Saboteur is a really excellent example of how Irish people would have fought against Nazis back in the day, but it's also very fictionalized. You aren't a fucking superhero. And remember, no Irish person is ever a superhero as such, but it becomes a good game after a while. If you're alone on yourself on St. Patrick's Day and find yourself drinking a bit of whiskey, the Saboteur, and fighting Nazis is a great game to go with. Travis?
An underrated gem. The aristocrat in me wants to proclaim that any sophisticated type game would ensue that a player start from point A to point B. But in this environment, I would have to go hands down to the Mario Party series, Tannen. From the worst in the entries in the series to the best, the Mario Party series provides fun for multiple people, not just 2. Up to 8 players, sometimes more. What more could you ask for? The perfect social game, the Mario Party series, Tannen.
Hey, but if we're gonna go onto a fucking bare knuckle fight,
I didn't
let's go ahead
cuss.
and do
I
this.
did not cuss.
There
Disqualified. Was this a contest? I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, it wasn't.
No, there's cussing out throughout the Smash Brothers series for the day of St. Patrick's
Ooh,
Day
good one.
would be a great series for the feats of strength and skill to which one player fight another. After all, nothing beats getting drunk and being curvy and doing a slam with the anvil. But hey, your said skill, Luigi might just land on you and rub his nipples on you and blare you off the fucking counter. There's a lot of fighting there within Smash Brothers Brawl. Smash Brothers Brawl is my number one pick. As for a St. Patrick's Day Brawl, and also a good drunk St. Patrick's Day game, you are right about Mario Kart, but it always comes down to here in America, I would say that the number one game would be any WWE game or WWF game. You can get up to 4 players playing at the same time, customize characters that make yourself look like that. Make sure you put your uglies there on the TV before you get drunk, and then come back to the ring after you've had a few rounds. And that way you can laugh at yourselves, body slamming each other, I'm being too stupid to learn how to pin each other. And
Are you
that's my review
are you
on
reading
the best
something, or are you
game.
just shooting from the
You
hip? All of that.
What?
Yeah. Oh, well, I must say, while you proclaim that these games that I can't fucking do an Irish guy to save my life. I'm not even gonna try. I love playing any
The,
like
the stuff.
skateboarding game, Tony Hawk Skate when I would drink. They're fun. That's all I really got to say.
Nobody skates in Ireland. And the people that skate in Ireland is great. I'm talking about brawls.
They all don't gotta be brawls. Sometimes it can be a
Get head
smooth.
down, and if you want to play some rugby or something, that's fine. But looking at this, and I feel like accent's been improved on St. Patrick's Day, and I'm going to repeat myself very clearly. I want Smash Brothers, and hmm, oh, we'll just settle on that.
Yeah.
You know what sucks about being an American, and then like
Oh,
get
you're
people
back.
that
Welcome
it's
back,
water.
Tannen. Sorry. Good.
I'm just saying water, and like I don't know, it's such a tough accent to do. Like we went through the list. WWF, WWE is great for Americans to
I'm gonna
play
see.
drunkenly that night. You want to get down on the hardcore? Hey, Smash Brothers, hands down, great fucking fighting game to play on St. Patrick's Day. Also though, coming down to it is what I mentioned before. It's
Brave for the
just is what it is. Huh?
Brave for the Xbox
Hey,
360, the Disney movie based
hey,
on Irish warrior girl.
Brave was a fucking Disney movie. I didn't mention
I
anything about that. Good job, Travis.
That's
Good
what I
job.
said. I said based on the Disney movie, the game for Xbox 360, Brave, with a little girl with the red hair. That's what I said.
Now, okay, fine then. I'm gonna go ahead and relist it. The Saboteur. If you're by yourself and not fighting anybody, but want to feel as Irish as fuck while you're drunk, play The Saboteur. And I gave a good review of that just now.
Did you say the Irish spunk while you're drunk?
What?
Did you say the Irish spunk while you're drunk?
No. There's one comical thing I wanted to talk about. The Fortnite Festival was held in the UK here recently. It's been found as a disaster, especially out of wow, very many news outlets. 3,000 attendees and only one climbing wall, and was it for archery? They had like an archery thing set up. Like Travis, you remember when we went to gym class?
Yeah.
You remember when we did archery in gym class? Okay, so they set up 4 targets for 3,000 people. Yeah, remember how we did that in gym class and it was 20 people? All we had to do was pull back the bow and shoot that motherfucker, and I don't know, run laps or something. I recall running laps behind the archery targets while people were shooting at them. By the way, I don't know, America, fuck yeah. Anyway, 3,000 attendees, only one climbing wall, 4 archery targets, and now guests are demanding a refund. I guess they really for this Fortnite festival, I don't know, had to
Underestimated
pitch
the attendance, maybe?
underestimated the attendance. Maybe I'm wondering, were there bands playing or something? I don't know. They guaranteed like laser tag, a paintball field. No, wait, hold on.
Well, that's all you
No,
need.
there was no
That draws the
paintball field.
public in
Laser
right
tag,
there.
a laser tag field, no paintball field. That would have been for the adults, I would think, though. But yeah, no, it was just like a broken down playground, held in the worst, uh, why do they call it first grade or, I don't know. I don't understand London people. Basically, an elementary school
Pre-K.
equivalent. It's Lincolnshire, Travis. And for our listeners, we had this neighborhood, elementary school in our neighborhood, and they had some monkey bars. So you show up there, and sometimes climb up on its roof, get high, whatever. Smoke weed. Uh, there was nothing there. Evidently, there not even monkey bars. This was a complete sham. It has been deemed that the company not only even behind Fortnite is also suing um this company that claims they're running it. They've changed their name 3 times now since this has been picked up. They're also looking for another name to get out of it. And the High Court of London is where it's being taken out of now. Is still a to be determined date. Dude, I feel like this was one of the best scams ever ran. If you ask me.
The UK
I don't know. What do you think?
company Exciting Events is the name. Yeah,
Yes.
shut down after the Epic Games lawsuit, it says.
Shut down, but how much money did they take from those people? For this so-called
As
step
at one
people?
live event, there was only one climbing wall between 3,000 plus children, only 4 go-karts between the same amount. Nobody dressed up as characters. People still queuing 2 hours after the gates open. Absolutely awful.
They're also giving out the fact that they ran a dash for the go-karts and shut it down within a half hour.
Yeah.
You're leaving out
Literally, the quote is one of the
people.
most unorganized events in UK history. Holy shit. Wow.
That is even above in the 15th century hanging of who the fuck knows.
Wow. Unbelievable.
You can stone somebody to death for free and not get ripped off.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
so nice. You
UK.
take your family out and watch the stoning, and that was you call it a night. Number 48 is in the books. You know what that means, man. Number 50 is approaching. This time, one more time, tell all the good listeners where they can catch us and all that we do.
Took me by surprise there. I was eating a piece of pizza. But once again, folks, I'm going to try to get back on the Twitter. You can find me. Tannen's Bomb at twitter.com. I don't normally comment, but you can find me there. You can find Travis, my good old friend, at Hibiki TMD at Twitter or on Facebook. The Hibiki TMD. The Hibiki TMD. Why
I
is
didn't
it?
even say anything. I'm just sitting here. I didn't say anything.
You're sitting there laughing. You're sitting there.
I didn't
You're
laugh.
sitting. You're
I'm just sitting here.
brother.
Why you gotta accuse me?
You can find me at Tannen's Bomb at Twitter, or you can just find me on Facebook. My name's Tannen Paul, for fuck's sake. Put in Maryland Tannen Paul. You'll find me. My pictures, it's my dog. It's Oracle. Come on, find me. Come on. Do it.
Go find him. Come and get me. Come and get me.
Of course, you can always find Travis at Hibiki TMD
See?
at Twitter. At the Hibiki TMD.
You just corrected
Twitter.
yourself. You even just corrected yourself, and you still. It's fine. I don't care anymore. It's a new year. It's a new us.
It's new year. It's a new day. It's a new dawn.
It's a new day.
Anyway, at the Hibiki TMD.
Boom. Nailed it.
At Twitter, also on YouTube. Check out the Slam Pig shit. If you're into wrestling, man, my boy Travis knows a lot about wrestling, and I also kind of want to start new avenues. We always talk about this every year. with Tannen and Karen's kind of a new adventures thing. And also we got I don't know, trailers. I want to start putting together trailers, action movies based off stupid games, everything. And you can also see our adventures. Travis and I are going to start going on more adventures. Now, you step down. I'm talking about stepping down. I think you and I have better adventures to go on, don't you?
Always for sure. Here's to a new year. Here's to episode 48. 48 for it next time, right here.
Here's to at least every 2 weeks, guys. We're gonna try to pump these out. If we can't, life fucking happens. But within sickness and in health, I'm married to this fucking guy. This is my hero life mate. This is my motherfucker. This is my fucking person right there, Travis.
And if you don't like it, hey, still, please buy a t-shirt. Go to the merch store at bigcartel.unitsmack.com. Hit that subscribe right down below for all the best retro gaming and pro wrestling. That's it. You said it all, my friend. Once again, the reset button, number 48 in the books. We'll see you next time. Until then.